I love flexing dead knot. I'm just gonna let the players know they can start when they're ready. You guys can start whenever you're ready. Good luck. Um, okay, I see hands moving, so they must be ready. Um, matchup. What do you think?
Mhm.
Who do you predict is gonna win here?
I feel like Phil's gonna win
Okay.
just because um, Roland's deck it's sort of similar to Shadow, right? It's like a powerful threat, a bunch of stifles and counter spells, and try to like force through your your really strong threat. And then Phil's deck is like tokens and kill spells. That's just, and
Yeah.
he's also, he has four wastelands. Roland has four wastelands in his deck, which he's trying to like, offset the balance that I have a big threat and I have thought seizers, I have counter spells to just force through my big threat, being Gurmag, Angler, Dreadnought, Delver, whatever, wastelands and stifles, and then Phil has basics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, the back to basics. Wait, does Roland have basics? Let me check.
Roland
Oh, he
has
has some. He has some.
it's yeah, just a few basics, but I just mean like the fact that I can't see their hands really, but I feel like just the, yeah, I feel like Phil has a advantage, at least a 60-40 advantage here.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm.
Well, if anybody can win this game, it's Roland.
Yep,
He'll figure it out. When is
exactly.
Commander Legends going to be legal? Says Verts in chat. I actually don't know the answer to that. Do you?
No, I think it's still in spoiler season. Spoiler season only goes for 2 weeks, so um, probably probably in a couple of weeks, I guess. Normally announce it or have a page for it, right?
Yep. Um, Thoughtseize here.
Let me see. Actually, I'm gonna check it out.
Brainstorm in response. Trying to protect some cards. Fatal push
Yeah,
on Delver in response.
I'll do some simple googling.
Do it. All right. So two cursed court of cunning in hand, cling to dust, force negation, and plague engineer in hand for Phil.
Okay,
What do
because
you
it's from
take
the
here?
book. I'm just looking at. One second. I'm just looking at the
Oh yeah,
camera.
yeah, sure.
Wait. Here we got his hand. Gotcha. Quarter. Probably the Plague Engineer, right?
Plague engineer sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, yes, he can counter. He can play around the force negation here, but the Plague Engineer is annoying, right? If he's trying to force through a big threat and there's a 2/2 Death Toucher, it's like, my things don't fly apart from Delver. But yeah. Commander Legend comes out November 20th, so we got at least like 3 weeks away.
Well, then you've seen it here first, everybody. We're the first
Yeah.
ones.
hmm Put it on YouTube. Biggest clickbait title.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
If you've clicked on this, you've been clickbaited. Belful
hmm
Strix.
That's a good threat.
Yep.
Again, putting through that point of like Roland's deck is like Gomags, Delvers, and Dreadnoughts. Which is Total Trampler, which is something I'm not scoff at. And then there's some death touching flying creatures over there. So very powerful magic over there.
Yep. So he did take the Plague Engineer with the Thoughtseize.
hmm
Um, looks like it's still Roland's turn.
Yep. I'm gonna just check out. Um, so they're both playing Blood Chief's Thirst, right? Like, interesting point here that they're both blue black. People are definitely favor towards playing counterspell decks in Legacy. Force of Will, Force of Negation, creeping its way into main now, and they're both playing. Wait, are they both playing Blood? Oh no, they're not playing Blood. No, sorry, I was looking at the wrong deck list. But yeah, both playing very similar, like card base here. You got Force of Wills and counterspells, and Brainstorms and Ponders and Brazen Broilers and Snapcasters. So a lot of similar sort of architects here, but different play styles.
Yep. Gothmog is here. What's up, Gothmog? Gothmog is in the chat. Say hello to Gothmog, everybody.
Hello.
Gothmog was on our stream last week. Mr. Lee playing
No,
Infect. That was fun.
nice, nice, nice. That's awesome.
I wrote a tweet today, and this is true, and you could tell me if you feel this way as well. But there's no more anxiety I get when playing a game of Magic than if I have multiple poison counters. It's just, it's just like this feeling of being in danger.
Yep.
Do you agree?
Oh, for sure. Like when I'm versing Infect, because I don't tend to play counterspell decks, I'm just always like, am I dead yet?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So,
As soon as
so
I get
yeah,
my first, like I'm fine. Like they get their Glistener Elf in play. Like I'm good. I got everything under control. The minute I get multiple poison counters, I'm like, oh, like my mood changes.
you're the Ralph Wiggum meme where you're like, I'm in danger.
Yeah, exactly.
I was about to say, have you played a lot of Modern yourself lately? Not
Not
lately,
late, not lately. No.
but in general.
In general, I have. Yeah. Not as
So,
much as I've played Legacy, but
mm-hmm.
I would say, okay. So back, all right, back before COVID times, my Magic playing was like, uh, I'm probably gonna end up adding the numbers to more than 100%, but bear with me. Like 75% Legacy, 15% modern, and then like 10% other. Like I'll play Pioneer, I'd play some standard here and there, I'd do a
Hmm.
booster draft on Friday Night Magic, whatever. I would play other stuff, but
Lots of Magic.
yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
play just about everything except for multiplayer usually.
Yeah, because it take a long time, right? Um,
Yeah, I just don't have patience for it, but that's just me.
but it was it's kind of oh, okay. There's opposition agent, and then getting Force of Will. So unfortunate that we couldn't be able
Uh,
to say that, but yeah, because he was trying to fetch from the Polluted Delta, and then he tried to flash in the opposition agent. So it's
well, that was a good
unfortunate,
time
but
for it.
yeah, exactly, exactly. He gets the basic. The reason I ask is because there was some spicy tech that people would meme on online where people would play Boggles and
Hmm.
then have four Glistener Elves on the sideboard and bring in four Glistener Elves and just put pants on the Glistener Elf.
I never saw that before. That's funny though. That's a
That's
good one.
it's super hilarious because like you're like, oh, take out all my removal, I'm versing Boggles, and then you're just getting beat down by a Glistener Elf with zero armor.
Getting
So
poisoned, yeah.
good,
I like
so
that.
good.
That's a good one. Yeah, I miss playing modern frequently, honestly. I like that format.
Yeah, the way Modern is now is how I wished it was like probably when I was back in the legs. I played it back in Twin, Birthing Pod, and then
Yeah.
sort of moved into like before like 2019, 2020 sort of cards. I played it before that. I was playing a lot of Scape Shift and Tron, and I played a little bit of Jeskai Control here and there when I had the time. But um, yeah, like I got into Legacy later on, and I was just like, this format is wonderful. It's so amazing. There's so many good checks to keep all the decks in line, and the community was just amazing in Seattle, right? Like Seattle was where Magic was born. So
Oh, true,
um,
yeah.
at that time, I'm just like, I'm in love with this format. I'm just gonna keep focusing my time to it. And also, Cloud Post is like Tron on steroids. Um, and then yeah, and then I just never really went back to Modern, but I heard that Modern's actually really good at the moment. It's like got a lot
Yeah.
of diversity and a lot of good, bannings that have kept the format in check now.
Yeah, based on I haven't played, but based on the the deck dumps on Wizards website and all that, just seeing the regular top of the standings kind of decks that are
Hmm.
in modern right now, it looks like it's great. It looks like it's a lot of fun right now. It's honestly a shame we can't play right now.
Yep. Alrighty. So we see a Thoughtseize getting fired off, and then Phil is trying to snapcast or something,
Yep.
um, and then he stifled the snapcast trigger. So, but he forced negation the stifle. Therefore, he's able to brainstorm. Oh, he's trying to brainstorm. He's trying to target brainstorm now with the snapcaster because he already forced the stifle.
Okay. Oh, but he's hellbent now, so thoughts he's hit nothing.
Yes, correct. Yep. So he loses 2 life for nothing, but got the Go Mag. And here's the awkward part now, right? Roland has the Go Mag, and there's the Strix hanging out there.
Yeah.
And I think Roland's Hellbent, right?
No, Roland has cards in hand.
Okay. Oh, he's got one. There you go. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Mm, So this is playing out kind of like how you would expect tempo versus control to play in Legacy.
Mhm.
Roland has not gone for the Dreadnought combo yet, but um,
Yeah, it feels like Shadow versus Control, and
it
like
does.
I feel like Shadow versus. Oh, okay, there you go. You got a Court of Cunning there. That's very exciting.
Yep.
Monarchy, and this is exactly how Phil wanted it, right? He wanted to grab Monarchy, get this cool new card in play, and just have no way to attack him.
Yep. I shared the link in chat to Court of Cunning, the card that Phil just dropped in play. It's the 3-drop Monarch enchantment from Commander Legends. Beginning of your upkeep, mill 2. If you're the Monarch, mill 10.
Nice.
Pretty good.
You should you can do exclamation card. Oh, one
They're just
second.
not in there yet, the new cards, because they're
Oh,
not.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's it doesn't exist. Alrighty.
They're just not like officially revealed or whatever.
Monarchy's still over here. Yep, there you go. There we go. All right, cool.
Yeah, Strix blocks the Gurmag.
Mm-hmm. So the there's a whole pile of exiled cards there on Roland's side. Okay, so he's drawn a card and passed, and then it's gone back to upkeep now.
Yep, milling 10.
Oh, because he go mag, that's why he exiled a bunch. Yeah, I was
Yep.
wondering why. It's kind of hilarious that they play Reanimate in Shadow. Like, don't you think that's funny? Because like you lose one life, get a Shadow back. It's like, oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it is funny. Welcome everybody, Twinless Twin. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate you. Trying out some Commander Legends cards tonight. Court of
Yeah,
Cunning is on the board.
triggers are happening.
Yeah, we just milled 10. Well, not we. Phil did. Phil milled
Yeah.
10. Um,
Strix was blocking a go mag. Lots
yep.
of things happening. Monarchy getting all the cards drawn.
Yeah, I think you just said it best just now. Lots of things are happening. We're not sure what's happening, but lots of things.
So that enchantment that you mentioned earlier, where it basically ices a creature, like it taps it and then keeps it tapped, and then you get Monarchy. What was that blue one you were talking about?
That was Fall from Favor.
Yeah, is someone playing that one today?
Well, Jesse was last round.
In the Delver deck, gotcha.
Yeah, in the Delver deck, but he ended up siding it out or
Yeah,
didn't side it in. One of those because it didn't really make sense in the matchup. But Fall from Favor, that's a cool one though. That's one that we might see a little bit of in Legacy.
yeah, I was thinking like potentially as well. Like it wouldn't be too bad of a problem if Phil actually played it in his deck because he's a control deck, right? He kills things and then tapping things and getting Monarchy back. It's not too bad.
Right, right, right. Red Misty,
Like,
thanks for the follow. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
oh, nothing. I'm just like I'm trying to root for. Okay, there's another mill. I'm trying to root for Roland here. Like he's got some cool spicy cards and deck choice here, but it's just he's just getting milled out. No threats. He's like,
Delta comes
my
down. Yep.
cards, my cards. He's just like, oh, look at all my cards. That was so hilarious uh, when Phil tried to mill me in my Emrakul in my any
Oh
card deck.
yeah. So, for everybody that just joined us, I think what we've learned tonight about Commander Legends, the new legacy cards that people are talking about, particularly the ones with Monarch, is that in Legacy, losing the Monarch with your Monarch-based deck sucks, and your opponent can run away with the game. Would you agree, Mr. Lee?
100%. Like that's exactly what happened. And I mean, uh, I won game one because he lost the Monarch. Like that's
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
like how it was. Like I thought not to seed him, and he lost the Monarch, and I drew like I think an excess of like 4 or 5 cards. And I was like,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
are all free. And he was like very polite enough to remind me. He's like Monarch, Monarch, Monarch. I'm like, oh cool. I keep forgetting I get to draw all these free cards.
um, obviously we're playing with first draft decks too. These decks are not tuned. These decks are not like gone through, you know, matches and matches of testing. But that's just that's my first reaction, and I guess you agree. Oh, here's
Mm.
Stifle Dreadnought. Here we go.
Yeah,
Something's
it's
happening.
basically Splinter Twin. Uh,
Yeah, and it
there we go.
resolves.
It
Nice.
resolves. Nice. And he's got the drown. Looked around.
Wow.
So I'm very fond of Dreadnought because he plays nice with Eldrazi mimics.
Oh yeah, true. Do you play Eldrazi aggro as well, like with Chalice?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. I'm basically apart from the whole Cloud Post going big, the only way I can survive in Legacy is Chalice, and I have 4 exhibition chalices. It's one of my favorite cards. Like if I'm not
Nice.
having fun and my opponent's not having fun, then we're both having fun.
Okay. So you just like making sure other people don't have fun.
Yeah, it's a fair way. I like sitting down and having talks about what the board state's like.
So you like colorless. You like colorless
Oh,
creatures.
I love colorless. I could most likely name any staple artifact card in
Okay.
any deck. I love being colorless.
Okay. I have a good question for you then.
Go
What
ahead.
are artifacts in Legacy that don't currently see play that maybe people should have on their like stack of cards that
Radar.
they should test out? Not necessarily for
Commander,
Commander Legends. I just mean in general.
Commander Flail. Commander's Flail.
Okay.
Do you know what that does?
That's the new card, right?
No, no, it's super old. It's in an older.
Oh wait, I'm thinking the wrong
Uh,
card then.
you're talking about Commander's Plate, but Commander's Flail is a card that I think has potential. I think it's a 2 mana artifact, maybe 3 mana. No, I think it's 2 mana, and then 2 mana to attach, maybe equipped. But it basically gives a creature 1/1 equal to the amount of colored permanents you control. But the other clause that it has, not Commander's Flail, not Flair, Flail.
Oh,
I
did
think
I
it's
type the
Flail.
wrong thing?
I think you're a player, yeah. Commander's Flail, maybe? Anyways, yeah, it basically says like, um, yeah, the equipped creature gets 1/1 for each color opponent that you have. But the other clause is, if it's attached to a creature, your opponents can't cast spells on your turn. People like Anurag or Pokimoki or even Stifro, right? And I heard that sometimes you're supposed to take out your counter spells against a counterspell deck,
Mm,
because there's just
yeah.
like the. I mean, then again, it's kind of awkward here because you want to get resolve your threats, but like just throwing counterspells back against a counterspell, it's just like you're losing so much card advantage.
I like so okay. Uh, if I'm the Delver deck, I know that this is a little bit different than a typical Delver deck, but if I'm the Delver deck and I'm up against a control deck, I like to keep some of my counter magic because I want to stop their, their deck just has such a lower density of threats, right? Like
Hmm.
Jace
Hmm.
the Mind Sculptor or depending on what you're playing against, right? Okos,
Hmm.
Teferis, whatever, right?
Yeah,
There are way fewer of those than I have stuff to attack with. I like
gotcha.
to keep in my counter magic to stop them from having any chance of winning the game, or to stop at a key moment, a terminus, or whatever. But if I'm the control deck against the Delver deck,
Hmm.
I like taking out Force of Will and stuff like that because nothing they're doing is going to win them the game. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing
Hmm.
that is
Hmm.
so backbreaking that I need to stop. So I think that's how I approach it anyway. Players like Strifo in the chat and the other players that you just mentioned are much more knowledgeable and better at Magic than I am. From the control
Striker.
side, he likes to keep in Force of Will to keep up with tempo. Okay,
Who's Striker? I don't know who that is. Is he? Does he play Magic?
Strifo, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just.
you're joking.
I'm
I was
trolling.
like,
I'm trolling you.
I thought you just named him too. I was like, what?
I'm just trolling. Strifo knows me. I play a lot of his. I watch his content and play a lot of his meme decks. I
Okay,
love
cool.
that. I played his
Um,
bees deck the other day. It was kind of hilarious in the league. He
oh,
had
the
a whole.
hornet nest thing.
Yeah. That was good fun. Savage.
I thought maybe for a second you were confused. I don't know.
No,
I,
no,
I
no.
didn't want to assume that you didn't know who it was. What was
Yeah.
taken with oh, okay. So that's
I
Court
think.
of Cunning in hand for Phil. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I think he took the brainstorm, right?
It looked like it, yeah. And then he
Yeah.
surgical brainstorm.
Oh, I didn't see the surgical, but yeah. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yep, surgical. Yep.
Um, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, it's taking all the brainstorms out. Yeah. But yeah, looking at the decks now, like it's tricky for me to go back and forth. So if I'm looking at the decks, I can't look at both games because I'm trying to juggle between all the tabs here.
Yeah, I feel you.
But yeah, it seems like Roland definitely has a very diverse sideboard. Even though I can't see the numbers, he has Submerge, he has Vapor Snag, he has like, the flutters and the forces. He has the graveyard hate in the form of like spell bombs and cling the dust. So like he's definitely trying to cover all avenues, which is pretty standard for a sideboard tech, right? Um, but looking at Phil's deck, um, it feels like he has more of a reactive plan with like toxic deluge and flusterstorms and brazen worlds and arch mage's charm and stuff. So in hydroblast, like he's like going really heavy on like I'm waiting for you to do something before I do something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, Back to what I was saying before, and Strifewood disagrees with me, so I'm probably wrong on this. But if I'm in Phil's seat against Delver deck, if I'm
Hmm.
taking out my Force of Wills and bringing in, just for example, Liliana Last Hope, Plague Engineer, Toxic Deluge, all the cards that you were just mentioning, I feel
Yep.
like that's fine because whatever they're going to resolve that is a threat is a creature, and I can kill any creature
Hmm.
pretty easily. That's just been my approach. It depends.
Definitely.
It
Yeah.
depends on your sideboard. It depends on what's in your main deck. Obviously, every situation is different, but play draw, all these things are considered. But that's my approach.
Hmm. That's cool. It's kind of interesting to see Archmage's Charm getting played in Legacy. I haven't seen that much played in Legacy.
Yeah. So this is Phil's favorite tech because you can steal Merit Lages with it.
Hmm.
Um, and the instant speed, divination, and counter spells are obviously great too. But we saw Phil play against Tom Hep on stream
Hmm.
and steal a Merit Lage one game, and that was fun.
That's awesome. The fact that it's instant speed is even more salt, right?
Yep.
It's like you steal a threat and block their hex mage. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or the Elvish Reclaimer.
Archer's Mage Charm is a cool card.
Hmm. But it does make you pretty hard on the blue.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I had a consideration. Like I had three carpets in my sideboard. I was really tempted to play choke. And just like hit those blue decks.
Delver here.
Hmm.
Hold on, I'm just gonna tell the player something. I have Phil at 18. Is that right? Yep.
Yeah, two fetches. All right.
Cool.
I thought these.
Yep. I was just checking life totals. So, where are we here? Oh, Delver flipped. What was the card?
I think it was a thought seize, was it? Or a
Okay.
push zone? I'm not sure. It was one mana or something.
All right. He's deciding if he wants to draw it. I guess. Got it. Coming in with Delver. Um. Sorry, I was fixing something.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so this is exactly what Roland wants to be doing, and just getting that active Delver in play and beaten down, while getting his fetch land stifled, um, and his hand shredded a little bit as well. I think taking that brainstorm was actually quite clutch there for Roland.
Strifle has a good question in chat. When does Commander release? Commander Legends release? Um,
November 20th.
November 20th? Okay. I knew it was like in either 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that new zero drop Kobog is has got spoiled. It's just gonna make people make those type of decks as well.
Do you play Commander at all?
Uh, I haven't played for years. Like,
Okay.
I love like the whole aspect of having fun and getting in a circle with your mates and playing Magic. It sounds like an amazing idea and still feels like my personality type, right? But um, just like playing playing Magic the same game for like 2 or 3 hours, like I don't know if I could do that. But I have played like I have played for like I've probably played a handful of times, like more than 4 or 5 times, and most of those times I just got someone give me a deck and I just play for fun.
Yeah,
But yeah, just
same for me. Yeah.
playing a long game of like 3 or 4 hours to me, like my attention span's probably too low.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Um, no, I was just asking because obviously it's a commander set, but
Yeah.
it's also commander set, commander. What am I saying? Commander limited format, and
Mm.
I gotta say I want to try that, and I hope I get the opportunity to at some point. It seems fun.
Mhm.
Limited commander.
I started getting into limited a lot when I'm like the you know how they had some of those like GP tokens, whatever Black Friday, $60 for an event, whatever.
Yep.
I bought I bought 6 of them, and I was going on 6 a year. So I was like flying anywhere I could go to play a bunch of formats, right? I mostly tried to play Constructed Eternal, but eventually squeezed in some sealed ones there. Because when I went to the Washington one, I think there was like 3 GPs all next to each other in like Texas and Washington all at the same time, and one of them was sealed. So I was like, "Yo, let's do it." And I think I did was it Modern Masters 2 sealed GP.
Hmm.
Oh, I had a blast. I had a blast. Like I will drafts here and there, but just playing a sealed format in a format where you're like, hey, these cards are just going to be wacky and do cool stuff. I enjoy limited. It's
Yep.
great.
Okay. Looks like Roland got game two.
Mhm. So
So me, you, Strifo, and Roland Chang and Phil Blackman will play a five-player commander deck when the world comes back to normal.
oh yeah, for sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, well,
Let's do
I'm
it.
actually there's actually you're in New York, right? Unless we're
What's that?
doing
Yeah, no,
25.
I'm in New York. Yeah.
Okay, as I say, because I will be going to New York eventually one day when everything's back to normal. Because my friends are waiting to get married, so
Nice.
I'll definitely be flying over just to visit them for their wedding.
Yeah. And I'm sure now that I am connected with more people in the Magic community online, I'll see people at Magic events and stuff, and they'll know who I am now. I'll be like, oh, hey, that's me.
Yeah. So if
That's
we
cool.
all converge, maybe at a Eternal Weekend or something, if we all converge at one
Yeah,
place, we
yeah,
need to all tag each other and be like, this EDH game has to happen.
yeah. That's true.
Stoke Bro, Chris, Roller, everyone. Let's do it.
Strifle says, "I love political games, but not not Magic." Uh, this is so off topic, but also on topic. Have you tried this Among Us game yet?
Oh yes. I've actually streamed it like maybe once or twice, but like it's
Okay,
it's it's I love Avalon. Like Avalon is one of my favorite games, the card
okay.
game, the board game. So Among Us just like made my excitement go through the roof. I love it.
I still have yet to play.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, yeah, it's. I mean, if you want to join one of my games one day, I don't always stream them, but I just get a bunch of people in my Discord together and play Among Us. It's quite fun.
Oh, if you want me to join one of your games, I'll definitely jam.
Yeah, definitely. Also, yeah, I'll send you the dates. But yeah, good times.
Avalon. I'm not familiar with Avalon is actually. Oh,
Okay.
that's the board game.
Yeah, the board game. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's like Werewolf or Secret Hitler or whatever. It's the same aspects, but
Right, right,
it's
right,
much simplified. It's only 5 rounds, I think.
right.
Takes about 10 minutes.
Do you play other card games or no?
I am 2 times world champion at Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
And I've also won the Pokemon tournament in Brazil. No, I'm just joking. I don't play any card games.
Okay.
No. I think I used to play the Pokemon trading card Game Boy game. That was like my entry into like any card games, and I was like, oh, the Pokemon trading card game was like super fun on my Game Boy. But apart from that, no, never touched card games. I used to play a lot of Dota. Dota is like I don't know if you know much about Dota and Dota 2 and its
I
sort of
don't. I don't know
audience.
much about it. I know of it, but I don't know much about it.
So Dota is they call it a MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena, where
Right.
like StarCraft or Warcraft, right, or like
Right.
all those like RTS games. They've
Hmm.
taken the whole aspect of like RTS and just sort of solidified it into one character. So you only control one hero. It's like Unreal Tournament in an RTS game. You run around and kill other heroes, right?
Right.
And you have like background things happening, like the creeper attacking, and you have overall overarching goal, but at the same time you have the single purpose of like killing other people to progress your character, sort of like a mini battleground of like World of Warcraft. And that obviously blew up when people took the concept with League of Legends, and there's other games, and League of Legends are really good at like marketing the game, and they just very successful. Anyways, the whole point of me explaining this is that MOBA games, because it's so complicated to play, like you don't have to only just learn one hero out of the 150 that exist. You have to learn the composure of your team versus their team and how they interact, 1-on-1 and 5-versus-5. So it's very complicated, very complex, right? It takes you months to learn the basics of the game. People that play Dota or League of Legends also get attracted to Magic and vice versa, because Magic is a game that is, the concept is simple,
Hmm.
but to master it, it takes years, sometimes like very very long time to master these games, because it's like the concept is like, oh yeah, you just play some Magic, summon some monsters and attack, right? That's what Magic's about. Yeah, but there's a little bit more to that.
Or you stifle a dreadnought here. Let's see if this resolves.
So you're saying that this spell Stifle, it stops abilities from happening, but why would you want to stop your own ability?
Uh, wait, what did Phil cast here? Oh, Fatal Push. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
pushing it.
really. The Stifle Dreadnought combo is one of my favorites.
He needs to tap mana here. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, Fluster Storm hits it. All right, there's a Dreadnought in play.
Nice.
No
See?
attack? No
Asserting
attack with the
dominance.
Delver?
That's strict there, but
Oh,
yeah, I
the
can see
Strix is
his
there.
point.
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at the
It's
wrong
like,
screen.
I mean, the question is, do you just want to get the Strix out of the way? Like,
Yeah, I guess.
maybe he's waiting. Maybe he's got a removal spell because he's out of mana.
I missed the Strix. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, you could consider throwing the Delver in there to get rid of the Strix.
It also adds it starts adding decision trees and room for Phil to mess up. Right? It's like
Yep.
I throw a Delver out. Do you want to block it or not? If you don't
Yep.
block it, I get a free 3 damage. Because he might be like, I want to block the Dreadnought. So then it's like gives him a window to mess up.
Right. Right. Um. Okay, so I'm curious if Roland removes the Strix right now.
Let's see what he's going to cast. Liana, maybe?
Let's see.
No?
Oh no.
Chat is saying the Pokemon card game was awesome on GBA. Yeah, 100%. I love that Pokemon game. Chat also says, I like MOBAs, but they start altering characters and I lose interest. That's why you just master one character and just like ignore the rest of the meta. That's what I do. Alright, so I've got a push going, probably targeting either the Dreadnought, probably the Dreadnought here,
Yeah.
and on attacks. And I'm assuming Roland did have some hesitation to cast a spell, and then he's like, no, I'm going to take this back and then go to attacks. Probably smart, because normally you want to, unless it affects the board state now, you probably want to attack first, then do it everything post-combat. But yeah, I wonder what he's got in his hand. Force negation, targeting, fatal push here.
All right. So whatever he was gonna cast before, seems like it was incorrect if he had the Force Negation available, right?
True, true. And like the very important point here is that, oh, it's going to resolve? Okay. Important point here is that he can't cast this on his own turn, so he has to. Ooh, he's gonna steal the Dreadnought?
Ooh.
Yeah, Archmage's Charm, right?
It looks like that's what's happening right now. Fatal Push should be exiled though, right?
Correct. Well, it seems like for some reason on Roland's side, the Fortune Negation's still hanging out in the stack. But yes, it should be exile. Yep, yep. All right, they got that cleared. And
Okay,
then
cool.
Archmage Charm is getting on his side.
Oh my
It
goodness.
should be tapped. Yeah, yep. But yes, okay. So this is kind of hilarious because unfortunately Roland Can't give him the card.
All right, so Delver trades with Strix, and now Phil has a
Untap,
Dreadnought.
untap, untap the dreadnought, Roland.
All
Oh,
right, it
still
attacks.
attacking?
It attacks.
It's gotcha, gotcha.
Roland is
Oh, this
susceptible.
is sweet justice here. Getting beat down by your own deck.
You were talking about the Archmage's Charm earlier. Um,
Mhm.
we didn't keep in mind that it could steal Dreadnoughts.
That's true. We kept thinking about Ratlage. Actually, a funny card about stealing things is I love brewing the Genki decks, and one card I've been trying to make really work in Legacy is Shared Fate.
Oh, okay. That's a
Yeah,
weird one.
yeah, it's definitely weird. It's really good because if you do resolve it and the opponent doesn't realize what is happening, if they brainstorm, they draw two of your cards and then put their cards back.
I just remembered because you said that, and I thought it's weird, and then I remembered that Phil, and I'll link the card in the chat, everybody. Around Me of the Dead Tide. Are you familiar with this card?
No.
It's a new card from Commander Legends. All right, we're at the end of the match here. I'll get to the players in a moment. Phil was saying he wants to build a legacy deck with this card, Arami of the Dead Tide. Chat, let me know what you think of
Oh,
this card.
is this the 6 mana and it gets to zombie turn? Okay, no, it's not it. Okay.
No, it's a 3-drop legend. Exile cards from your graveyard to encore a creature in your graveyard.